In this video, we're going to update the thumbnail for our feature service item content in ArcGIS Online twice. First using the update method for the item object, and then using the update thumbnail method also for the item object. So let's check it out. Open up the update item thumbnail.py script from the item object folder. In our first example, we are going to use the item object update method to update the thumbnail for our item of content in ArcGIS Online. And in our second example, we're going to use the item object update thumbnail method. Now we'll head over to ArcGIS Online and just quickly check out the two entries in the documentation for these methods. We saw the update method in the previous video, where we use the item properties dictionary. And remember, it said that this was a required dictionary. Well, I'm going to show you that that is simply not true. We are going to omit this parameter when we are updating the thumbnail. The thumbnail parameter is either a path or URL to a thumbnail image. We are going to use a path. We'll now check out the update thumbnail method for the item object. The update thumbnail method will update the thumbnail for any ArcGIS item in our organization. And we are going to use the file path parameter to supply in the local path to a thumbnail. So let's head back to our script. We first access ArcGIS Online using the GIS class, and we'll supply in the home string, and we'll assign the calling of our GIS class to a variable called AGOL. Then I'm going to access our GIS object, enter the content manager, and use the get method to get an item object. So we need to supply in our feature service item ID. The get method, of course, returns an item object that will assign to a variable called item. We're going to set our thumbnail path variable, and that is going to be to our updated thumbnail PNG, which is this here. I'll close that down. I'm going to create a variable called status, and we'll set that to equal our item object, and we're calling the update method, and here we are supplying in the thumbnail parameter, and we're going to set that to equal our thumbnail path. We'll then print status to screen, so we know that the update method returns true if the update is successful and false otherwise. So let's run the script. Our script is complete and we were returned true. I'll head on over to ArcGIS Online. Here we see the current generated thumbnail when we created our feature service with the ArcGIS API for Python. I'm going to refresh the page, and we can see our thumbnail has been updated. I'll head back to the Python script. I'll comment out our first example. And our second example, we are going to use the update thumbnail method for the item object. Once more, I'll create a variable called status. I'll set this to equal our item object, but this time I'm calling the update thumbnail method, and we set the file path as per the documentation to equal our thumbnail path. Similar to the update method, the update thumbnail will return true if the update is successful. This time we are updating our thumbnail to be our service thumbnail.png, and that is this one here. I'll close that down and I will run the script. Our script is complete, and once more we will return true. So I'll head over to ArcGIS Online. We should see our updated thumbnail change to the new one when I click refresh, which I'll do now. And our thumbnail has been updated to ArcGIS API for Python created feature service. So we have successfully updated the thumbnail twice using two different methods, the update method for the item object along with the update thumbnail method. Make sure to continue on to the next video in this series, and also make sure to subscribe. Take care.